was told to say yes, Urban was shipping container full of books when others were shipping cars and things. He shipped books. That's the man who was strong. So it's the knowledge. It's not the fear. It's the knowledge. They don't have it. So they also question. And they say, "Oh, you be our school in some or school or religious fear no normal because those two were designed to put fear in you. Also, not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Those are all signs of people who still in the process of learning. If you sit in Ghana, tell people not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Almost because the design system being no, they are too young. And those who speak like that think they are intelligent, but they don't have any resource, and they only think of their interest. Very selfish people. If you live in a country that the youth are going through the desert to look for job, to think that what was another. So if it is your duty to create job for somebody, we'll say not everybody can be. So you are not part of it. You see yourself as separate from the problems. Person enjoy, and the school made you to think like that. The religion made you to think like that. So you talk with a lot of eloquent English, but without any resource, except the ones that they put you in charge, which when they take from you, you are back to zero. You know, so let's diffuse a lot of these things. Everyone can build wealth. And the best way to build wealth is to create business, investment. And when you talk of investment, it's not treasury bills and stock. Talking of cocoa farm, cattle, Kube, because those are the systems that work here. What do I say? In this whole person will be here. It's the slave that they tell them not everyone can own a business. It's the slave. It's the enslaved. So can you be no catch and will be anti need? Yeah, share the CCD. Okay, that's it.
Okay, and then the main point. Oh,
Yeah. Legendary of our time. Yeah. Nanumfa in Fibirinka, the Oye, Mufa Nimdian and Kahu, Yanimdiano in a broader way, so that the missing.
Legend, that's a fire. What can I say? Mrs. Yama shocking. What's it history? No, what kind of books now about history? No, and a sparky baby.
Yeah.
Wait, now, actually, one crackramay.
I was say, Okaya, if you say school, you're going to go. Chesanoma Mokanyina, who to because he was school association with a friend of black engineers. I made my show interest because I was coming from a very religious background. As a matter of fact, your school, your university, not me a choir leader, the keyboard. So I was so much involved in church activities. Yes.
Okay.
You know? So, Madam now the own time in Africa will grow because Papa, maybe I not made me feel it was all about suit, all about tie, those kind of things. But I bear 2005. Mr. Tisse me search it. Some of the write-ups from Professor Molefi Asante and Dr. Runoko Rashidi. Tina me taking kind articles, kakran. That time now, videos in the sound of man no so sir. And there was this great man, a friend, Dr. Frederick Casey Price. And the series, they are still on the internet. Race, religion, racism. I was so much obsessed with those series. And to make I say me a postgraduate grammar for Ghana and Oba was I don't know, but na me pay BB. But me uncle the also uncle for who's always BB down here that one country was a hill. Or because I don't know how me was a new time, me time. Gather the how. And from those series, I heard so much. It's the brain. Internal bear the foundation upon which almost everything that we are doing is built. And the history no be because also whether you like it or not, history no could be. na the some one said the omochi no kura na say intro no kura no said the do na omochi ni nyina intro. Because if you want to teach people their history, you teach them their greatness. But yeah, you know, history and crop phone in no year their himbia. Abrofo ne bedi ye so mobile ne enhyem pade ne enhyem papoa in matwe in marking kan ne kunkum ye ho ne ye kunkum ye ne tribes bebre koko sai sam no mo ka kire you. Now with the information I have now, those are not true. Those are not true. And therefore, so who says in seminal and yenokra, you started a wood you now started a sort your womb, whom be near when he as a matter of fact, so need some information now we are to now to send me up. Or when a crown have a cassin to Bruni and to umpe and your fe, would train in your fe, skin color and your fe. Your my baby, Omoko and Noma baby, because of the lack of the knowledge of their own history. And information out, we need to just say no. So we need there. And internet and go for the baby poem hosan. Tembia by our shall we von or just no nefe, no nefe, ni knowledge in our hono isha. Internet any time. Internet didn't cry no just or pebble. And no can go for say a fashion, we are society, we are society. A society there wasn't catching any fire there. Now, bro, for so fighting. Your house almost yet to no some omutimi. And yes, I tell you, ya brainwashing or no. One on our joint send it the end will be the pet and a standard. So, and me no cram you near can a tea I can brofi. Say France for one a baby hack a cry and Quebec French to sing. A brofi on bedi and intina said I am man so my on better by all miss or say a cambro for baby I and table for cranny a again. So it is man one tiasia we to intuma. The thing is that there's a brainwashing machinery to confuse the Africans, to keep them in perpetual subjugation and servitude. And sebe unyana na as a papa na wohwe na wa bosi utabota wa kambro for was so cool school abroach ba the credit said you onim no enti me moai because information e demand no ni patuntum no was information e not for enti say wo pese wo tisa no ma we ase a wo start say wo suasa history no from the 15th or the 16th century to the 10th 20th century over the span of 400 years and normal brofo intentionally omoka say we are seeing no unye broni a unye nipa. Now the highest form of the most intelligent breed of the human race is the white man. Omo the creators are no money. Now before crowd they full human beings. As a matter of fact, the time that they were writing the fair constitution of America, the African Americans were not considered as full human beings. Now what the hell into omo the free Bible, omo the free science him, almost everything abroni di animu bia no. Also kire say yenye nipa into obetima ye de wo say ye bia. Enintina se wo hwe a obefa nipa wa ha no do opake omo tese sadin. No omo da ship no mu from where as a matter of omo fa nipa no wi a before say ye no kwakoto ship no kura no ye yenti sabe mo bia ye beka se nyame suban na se nyame sukura ne yemu. The entire obetima ye sa and it's a modern culture and say yeah no we are not full human beings. Now the world changed. The trajectory of the world changed because of that. A lot changed. And Africans, they see who you is from that point. Normal brofo ediagu book man. And I say we need to say normal church school you up to date no. To draw no one fix those errors. And into that the beginning we school we are. Once and why confused. Who ye say obi kuta PhD. Obi kuta doctorate degree medicine and so catch us one fan to one kofa visa or the better kofa visa opa se ko University of Ghana na se kwame ko university e catch mo fana year say opa ye ma certificate no ye ma American visa and you see how many of our people will opt for that. Why? It's the brainwashing machinery which is in charge, you know. So we tuntum we are brand say so when suya de oboa we are be very confused because the realities will push you. We school we will be a mawajuma. Na we shall make you join politics and answer the otia sorry the okwa. One way I will rebel. Na unya gidie ba kokra ha na unya need aso bi aso ha so. E kopim so be sua de foforo. Asa no man betete free any so. And these are some of the things that yes we are over all these years. And those things have made our minds like steel.
Wonderful. Legend Dasi. Nancy, yeah, seminar, Kumasi, and yeah, finance seminar near business and Yama. And check that's already who another flyer. We see knowledge seminar. And you know, you will see knowledge you need for personal business and financial success. And the Obu who say mo de bia seminar. And the bisa say
Every day was again 1,000. So here normal chichiri and crowdfunding continually. And then normal chichiri again. And then obi ba seminar and sema what and who they become. Just like seminars every minute. As a matter of fact, your online seminars ground. Ni pade be break me catch say misika sama sesa. Many different business partner. Many different vision, different aspirations. So sometimes some say yes, I have seminar so way. Programs I mean odia in can here every day. Every time be I make up program be also mean say a destiny moment for many people. Because how we catch us me share video way. Anytime me am doing say me call Ghana be. My better say 100 acres say me year full. Na me say come call Ghana. Matimi be business. Obi kura catch me say he say me name kunu aware aso pa because we listen to you. And so every one of our meetings is a moment of change, of greatness for somebody. And it is a obi knowledge seminar. You bet my seminar ne which never say. Omun court every day. Omun court every day. Then I'm going. Omun go sorry every day. I'm go sorry every day. Then I'm going. So the people who are hungry need to be fed. So and so we create an atmosphere. Because you did ejina nipa washia omo. So abra bobo koso a nipa washia no say washia no physically or virtually. Into wo de opa hwe abra bom. Obi a wote no, obi a connect no, obi a ofre won komo am Saturday ye. Ena ma wo start sa business no. Ena ma wo nya sa akunu no. Ena ma wo start sa industry no, start sa wo save sika, wo start sa wo ye. Asem no nshira no wo nipa. Into the more we create an environment and nipa interact no, the more prosperity that we create. Ye kromo has ye be shia na ye na say where the yes ye politics. Sorry. Very few places and ye create atmosphere nipa ebe share ideas ya ye. Now, say ye betima ye was asase we so a ye baabi a ye ma onimdi a ye de tutu sika ye de ye business, ye de ye investment. And me no nyina nim say sa no man kwa say bi mo ye a ye brofo no mo ka brofo de no make ka kire ye de ye kan ye de local normal examples na nipa no bebre can relate to and have access to and no and ye de ye into time bia na abrante bia baba wa bia wo beba ho bia na I can tell you anytime bia wo beba ho no enye ye asem kra ye ka se nkrofo fa microphone no so mo kasa who say time bia nkrofo ba wo say enye the changing moment for me was not time mo kasa a time I will be far microphone or kind of story the oba wabeye me kai kumase ma me baako o se ne bra baako abroche no ota mano videos ni bi na o de ato ba bi wo so opese kwa America na nto ka che say making business seminar na ye no na nko mra bi no so de o ma nto che na ne bra na start so sending videos ni bi to one time na o pay attention o de ma me hwe baako nto hwe no say eh ade a me hwehwe no enie maame no ankasa ba ya wo fa microphone wo kasa wo se na manko school be brain na me dwen se me nwa no mo manko school no mo che me e kopem se me start se me tie dia mo kana mo se na se me so me tuma bom he so and there was why establishing the business wo the America visa to a wonko into ba se me na no be kasa se abrante ba ko wo se ne maame ne papa ne maame ya abrewan papa so free mo che wo technical university wo sunyan wo no ankasa ne tua ho ba wo se wo school no wo do abrofo no de hwe no ho ene wanyemobo the knowledge. Ye wo nipa ni bebre bi mo tete abrochira. I can tell you it's not hundreds, it's thousands. Every day, constantly, they send information to us. The umatimia and ekra mishia ba ko South America. Krachi ni kese pa. Em say the time we were school, the same time na kura no so we school. Was me hwe woni the entire interview. And my drink said, no, this is what I've been looking for. On a year. Obane say, Atembia, or no, almost a moon up, you know, Betanka Crown of Sakoe. Tembia, pursue baby, you how one and Crawford didn't come. I say, Ghana, the Finiho. Into the time I was interview, no share, and say, this is what I've been looking for. And on the type, only a baby. You African Americans, Jamaicans. Now, I make a program back. Oh, I'm sorry, African. Was it, let's say, I was hooked to that interview. Because in some Ayekani and some actually say, yes, also, we are human beings and we have our structures and systems. And to the entire yes, our seminars, we know, say, especially the young ones, a benyasa interaction with their kind, almost so ambitious on person. So what the other will chance are buying by the mama, you are deceived. As obey my Johnny and this, it is at the end this year, and Chess obey. Nimdian could out in here to send him the end was a bone the room more. And I think there is no better place than creating this kind of atmosphere. Why in Crawford or more ye BP or more ye or more ye. No be Cassemba or so by your programs now. Also will be over piano or the boldness never. I'm saying Annie was depending on differently. And so I think that such seminars should be happening every minute. Looking at the time I was here, back up to wake up people up. And so we are not even doing enough, you know. And here, that's it. So knowledge seminar, knowledge is the seed for change. Knowledge is the fuel for life. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is light. You cannot bring freedom to people until you bring them knowledge. And this knowledge is for your finances. It's for your personal success. It's for your business success. So nimdia utisomu. Nipano enye here in Africa constantly yete. And here in Africa enye no correct. Here in Africa and Cabrofunu companies they wa no mo yedewa. Wa catch now say here wa because that's a strategy. Say be ya obeju ho adi Abrofo method bi wonte ya ba men catch now. Or say can dia wo pese wo frɛ wo no catch now mo kopim so beji adi. Constantly call them poor so that they will see themselves as poor. It's a strategy. Call them weak. Call them corrupt leaders. So constant global now Africa's problem is corruption. It's not true. They are more corrupt than us. But the average African youth believes in the politicians. Look at it. Nanado, we are very corrupt. What do you say American president when you're corrupt? You think that the Chinese president is a saint?
Corrupt. The grass sounds like a brofo. Corrupt.
Nah, a brofo.
There's a from whatever.
Nane. And Sebe, a strategy, warfare. It is a one swia. We use words be brain. Now the words that come out of your mouth, and Sebe free one number naturally on him. And it is a oh, you're paying for your corrupt. Of course, it means that it's a symptom of colonization. It's a symptom of a colonized mind. And the more colonized they are, the more they speak like those who sought to subjugate us. You know, to so the more I walk kicker, oh, you know, Ghana dear, so say you're poor. Ghana dear hospital, Papa Biania, Biania, not just only said the colonization is working big time. The moment your best started to work cancer and panonadin says colonization I started ever from. And colonization means that people to think of whom dream in a different way from who they really are. So, and it's a mechanism, it's a warfare strategy to make a whole generation believe that they are poor, they are weak, and they should not.
What I can say, knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave.
Yes. Yes. The moment Frederick Douglass Nakai was an intellectual African American. You can't. Be anyhow or you're enlightener or better more sisino. The entire CCO is because as the Nipana was CCO Ninim. And Intina was CCO. Inti the more voting and Crawford. Oh, said to say, me sure, when I'm for Bebre, or Muti the Ekaino. Was a Missy Casamassa, my business in a coso. As a first man, no dreams want to me, and never to me. Your boys in the baby on flower teams or Cassa, what they I said, was they said just my relax. They say more confidence, me a confidence, Brabona me bon me boni. A dientia, the end of the man, your man is cat. Nimdia no tea. Information in buy. And this information here, Papa Pet, he said the audience, what do you are there now? Didn't you, Papa Egusu, a benny? The same way to knowledge. So, and the problem, the difference between us and them is the knowledge that the machine they actually structured for us to have access to. And to also much knowledge in so we are there's so much I won't know. I don't know. Is there a phone phone using? There's something they know that those of us who can do the phone don't know. That's all. And to boys a manufacturing knowledge. Say any common knowledge phone peso mudio ye dear nim dear say any common. And two boys say they common there. Sports, entertainment, religion, politics, sir, drama. Because I know my money panye. Until money problem crowd. But the moment I will pay AI knowledge, machines knowledge, hey, there be wealth creation knowledge, there be. And until I was a chrome here, the nipa dreams, nipa don't know how much dreams will make my It's because our dreams says especially the highly religious ones. What is the financial knowledge? Give and it will be given back to you. That's all. Pay your tithe, give offering to church. That's it. And they think that one will make them rich. That's a lie. And then penny be a why ye kakra ha. If you're the government contract when you invest a bino when you sky or tono, maybe a coswa. The intina ye, Mr. This is sorry intina ye. We'll try and throw. Because any one this is sorry, I don't any part of what you're any because there's something that you're doing. That is why you're successful, not because of this sorry. But once I know the practical knowledge you were had on the padenka, or the quack shard fufro. To what to honor your brand here, not as a whole chain magic binadia. Meanwhile, ye dear magic, systemic, structured. It takes some processes, some steps. And ye now those things start with the knowledge that you have.
Legend, that's as usual. But some do for baby ka crave enough in jama and penny for na omono interact. Mikra book back unlimited opportunities. Now can say chapter 7 will say confidence in the country and the continent. Next nipa kra so obey year 1 GB out no and dia won't mean ye.
Yabi.
Sana o so chire.
Ane nipa se wonyi wo huni na baby a ofri no ana se baby a wote na wonyi huni a wontimi nye. De ntia wontimi nye ne se gidi a wotu.
Yeso de bi aha no wontimi tra ha obetimi atena hell. Ye no yesi aha no ye mekum aha no ye hye ne za de kan.
Wo hia obi a wayeye wo baby a wopa akọ abrochire se ye Canada se ye America Israel se baby a obeko bi a China obi a wadi ye wo bi a no o ka kire say I was blessed to have been born in this country. Always. Obi a wadi ye wo bi a sada betie. And I wish you had the one year horse was it Krum holding. Now you can self-confidence. You can self-confidence that just who this be a better be a bit masovo. Now you have what it takes to create your own destiny. That's self-confidence. And nyame ede ye to ha no. Enye ba bia wi ase bone wo ho, de enye wo ho. Ba so pese wo ye wo ha. O se wo start so wo hwa de papa. Na the moment I start so wo hu ade papa no. Eno ano no fa be. That's it. And this man go for say Ghana hwini ya biso okay hwini ya wo de ko. Yes bibi wa hanti e betra high. So and so confidence in your country is everything. It's everything. There is no country that is perfect. America, akwara abaya or no Christian school afatu akum nipa school. And so still possible near of America because America is the greatest country. How can you have a great we say America press heaven I'm saying now why heaven then you kum nipa what is the nipa heaven there? Minyanti. But what do you mind? And also you di enti nya bone na esi wo ho no mo ka ho asem o je se nhira ho so the same o to ani a ede na hu ene be kire de o ba be ye wo mai. So it's always good to be positive, to be optimistic, and because out of it your creativity will come.
Yes, I shall say you would depend on what the initial say ye you man now for
Yes, I was.
problems of it me solve it.
Yes, sir. Yes, he has a wood to go. This is a good year to grad into the wood too. A big girl will be able to file that. I was on to be when I didn't have. But would you say me? I didn't shaha. Intimate my quack of people say, may you go to know. Sir, because you have some level of confidence, some level of belief, some level of positivity. And listen, so we share will be nice, obey ya will. And some free and no move. And then I'm out to know. Ube who said, wait, obey ye. And to the ocean, I don't know, catch yourself here. Because the more anybody negative, pessimistic, the more unsani panonye. Yeah. And
okay, to answer.
And untina, yeah, constantly. We are seeing our network in Africa, a poor, India. So that the Africans will be poor. That's it. See, their confidence in themselves will be weak. Anything out here, bro, seeing it constantly. Also, what show there, I did 40 years. If you do a current story on Africa, Omobo football, will you be the other way? Nice one. About Africa, Penwakofa, a die a patabino, the chem now, Krabijinaho. It's a mechanism because the Africans' wealth they must have. And the Africans must be their servants, their workers, their slaves, their employees. And to war, I'm ranting about one. You come up with a whole different strategy to diffuse Sanomano. And you the bottom, if you can't know bottom one, some account. Because you can't know bottom, and you're here, hunting at the bottom. What general and ye, in interest can bottom. Because we'll be Dobanch, will be Domako, will be Tonya Doa, will be Tontos, will be Swanoma and Yeska. Oh, the Unisika teachers again, and yes, I wipe on any. Old Yan to was a night, they cannot tear a pair of long. A branch of free house or school Canada, water Ghana, Honor, Jenny, the fiancé. Again, we need information. So he's a slave. Long, and your command down here is the vision that you have. And it's also your fasting 1 week because we need the obedia. The Pema Wakoso. A bobra a bibi si wani so na die de si wani so as a matter of fact bibi si wani so a common no on ko dia no video ni di do ho bi no ye na mini di fi ni si da ni so because sad na si wani so no e ma common no I say project bi a wo ya na business bi a wo chichire Ubetima trust 8 hours. Now you the few class only need. Because that becomes nourishment to you. So your vision is nourishment. So to who's will be say come we need vision here.
And then there was deliberately, any intentional was he a jai sans and bonina a cafire home, be where Jimmy Onimians or Moya Moas as a military jai.
O pese a chesa or ni wa ni panaka sa unim he. The chesa unye
ye.
No, and the chesa also unye ye. Man for air building factories in companies like I said, ultimate bida. Sanity. And two shall will be okay, Casansemana, a chesa or nip vision. Or nothing. You will never see a great person. I would take normal basa and a chair baby free. You didn't see that. Just pick any of these great kings and queens around the world. Any great business person, politician. I wish you na walk cancer hardly. I'll bet it. Why? Because a nipa walk cancer papa who are the pan on the bakers here. To do okay, what for I come if you want to know that should be a main profit, but I can tell you that person will not be great. And he won't do much for himself and for his people.
Legend, yeah, I see. And I mean, you better waste time, but me one last one. I can say, ye dear no sono. ɛwɔ sɛ yɛdi yie no wɔ nokorɛ kwan so because we bi mo di yie no but ɛnyɛ nokorɛ ampa nanse adafo baako ɔhete ne yɛnim baabi sika no firi afei yɛwɔ hɔ a sɛ abɛka kyerɛ sɛ wayera na sɛ sia yɛhu no nneɛma no nyinaa so watɔn ne sɛ sika no baabi ɔnyɛ firi ne nhyɛ da nyɛ papa nti wosa so ka kyerɛ sɛ sɛ yɛnya sika no wɔ nokorɛ mu ne sɛ wadi nokorɛ na sɛ wonya sika no so a ne nyinaa bɛsen ahye
ane because who say no sikana kasa na the skill nenya is a particular mindset na also wonya answer wonya sika this year not metima awoya o kire metima awoya 1 million Ghana cedis at account wonya sika by interest wonim sisi nya no it was just ye gifi wo ha e kwan be na be fa so obenya bi but the ono ankasa na nya ne sa ne sika no wo bre ya na dwen so si tototo normal wo invest ya wonya sa sika no. So we just carry free in sema man 2 years umrane sankuta because the wealth is coming from who he is, who he has become. There's wealthy person and there's a rich person. The rich person can have money. They say, "I'll bet 100,000. I'm rich. I have money." But when I'm wealthy, we use as still sikaniba because more normal matutu no year edisikaba. And internet go for no muko politics muko years can go free so 8 years upa twawedi de odi sika no toto yenyina na san free nisa because nimdie na yedinya sika no kremu no oni bi and na wonni no kremu a wonnim no kremu a de na wosua no ntimi nsua ne ye e de se de wo ye adwuma na obokoro no wo adwuma no mti wakatu ya 5,000 no we another 5,000 really o se nka 5,000 e tua wo ka no e na wo se hu siesi ebo ho ban ye ne ye. But because we are money 10,000, would nim sika nim to tell you about so say ska. Nti nipa de bebre almost say sika bebre is because sika na wonya no. Wan fa nim de na nya a chance a lotto and many times a chrono kra. But the ono ankasa de nim de na ntete e hihye ne sika no. Won say sika. Na wo mokro no so because wonim say wo to na ntwe baako. Na so ogbomodin ama na wo na be yenum na wanwe na wo sa ogbomodin na be yensia edu wo ha onim so oton ba ko bi 10,000 wo ye odefo but wo be bransa na ntwe na firi ba ko akoye wo ha now the obvious can wonim sa technique no enti se sebe wadan via obo ni din omo wo ha na mo ze sika up there bi sika mfiri ba bi bom na abawo even so bi de cha okra na so obebo ho ban no wonim sa nim de na wontimi mo ho ban ntina obo ha yebetimi de sika agya no enso onkomra no na sika ni nyina ahye because sika na edi gya wo sem edan makora na se wo anhuhu nyansa ampe bi anka ho a ebehye. So the problem is not the money with you per se. It's do you have the skill set, the tools, the mindset to create that money. No panic here. Anything I'm fa ho baby e wo na se baby o free per se sa even though account no here the unim efasika ho ena be kire se obedi ya na se be hia so do kuta 100,000 o precise ya so de koto asasa na de kope visa obi su kuta 100,000 so de koyefu obe dada no ankrofo be dada no aboza kina umra no o wafu kese wa fa paafo woni ni mi ro ha ni nim sikape obi ero ha wotu apaafo ka woni nim sikape Ngofo ya osi omo sika yi dodo se na wapafo wo mu ni bi ngofo na ko ya no bro mbie enti da no be kire no bo so ni bi other form so money is really it's in the mind and it's a mindset, it's a skill set, it's a disposition, it's discipline, it's a character thing, they come out of your habit, the way you relate with money, the information you have about money, and these things you can study them over time. And the moment your financial knowledge is polished. As simple as that. And it needs a we are when you be. We are branded or your Jumamo and Mimi, a kind of Yamaha Bohobai. Now, it's because I was like the financial system, like Timono, because you know, share the Timun say. Do you any chroma or Mabosia? No, that today. Or Mabosia now that talker, or my credit card. Oh yeah, Juma, go to your car. Yeah, and come on, even though you was our system. And yeah, the end of the year, Juma once, yeah, a bedokro. So, yeah, the end of so will be a my credit card. Also, per capita start a business. You start any fruit because I had your mukromo. Hani de no kre. And that is our business, no. So your honesty is your capital. It is a wood chantro. No, na Jonata Mausika. Also bet you went to no problem. Another about Kusama Kwasama also bet you went to ya. Bedru baby no be a Mausika be a uni. Be a uni. Therefore, you will struggle financially because you're not honest. In an economy that you don't have access to a lot of these things, your greatest asset is honesty. You was all kind of cry. I feel be no delay on slow. When him saw the Zika Mawa ebeba, when him saw the normal mouse a cotton father dear brand out the beba. And 10 be almost a obia did be before for day. A bebra, it will be a old chap, old phone. Don't worry. Oh, I bet you. To both I feel will be a more, I mean, you'll be an more suban and yeah. So your character really is your greatest asset. Wow.
Okay, legend, yada. And you know, say the mpanyinfo ɛwɔ so a ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔmo ne wo interact nti no yɛbɛyɛ saa session ne kakra bi na yɛgya because yɛnim sɛ ɔyɛ very busy a seminar no nso yɛba no gu so ɛyɛ ho tutuɛ nti Auntie Tilly wɔ ha ɔkyena ba wɔ ha Adwene Enterprise adwene wɔ ayi magazine Kumasi bi kɔ ne nkyɛn and ɛgya boagye so na bɛkɔ se yɛ no so
I may want to because have dangerous one.
Okay. Eja Francis what do you make? Eja Francis wo. Okay, Eja Francis ni wo dia yenko adwene ti yanka. Adwene legend wa ne nkasa.
Hey, legend. Oba no ha o Adam.
Eji.
Dada.
Yes sir.
Oba de leveje nyina dum. Dada o se atwere ho Bible pa na de man kyerema to ho.
Wow.
Ubie ye nipa.
Kama.
O ma hia free eso. O ma nipa adwene mu da ho. Ententan bi o ya adwene ye ni o ma ne te. Ese o ma me se be me na ma mitrim ye me de. Ese sa be me bra me de na chi. Da bia o fa Libya. Na mo su na ni pewu. Ade nti o ko pisika. Sika so ba o nya bi o. O ma no mo free adwene mu. O ma ye hu se ye de ye ho. O ma ye hu se ye wo ye cancer mpama ye ho. Won tetefo na say adifo bi ba wi asada da wa bedu apaba. Da bia me no kasa me bese megina ho ese mamu ade o se metena fam. Na me yi wa ye fi se ama me ho sane me. Na won sam na aka no ana wo sanke ye tere tete ma me mo no mu ja collection no moto ye. Ma me akoma 35 years. Me be say say de na wanya o se da chi wo na okodi de heaven. Daddy madam Dada, why are they? Let me the can be a mechanic say, Sabi, I'm a magazine, Majidin, Dada magazine, Majidin, a magazine. But Jonah said, Jonah buy me shop, Jonah buy me shop. You say, hey, why are they? 19 times do many in my dream. At a take. I said, who's a blue abruchi? I said, who say I'm or Bob Rabatoba, nanny, dear my. Yeah, that's it. Mamma, you find who this will put that. Now, Mamma, Jimmy. Oh my nam my minti my Jimmy who is me nipa oh my mini Jimmy watem na first yi da be kra na me yi e firi ma dwene mu me kai me Jimmy hudi na me so anapa mo confidence me ye defo me da was dada me de wi ase nyina me minti na obai wa boa me wo hira me so me da ase ke so mo wada ma wo hira no wadom mbra me so me da ase pa wo hira me so me da ase amo hia firi mabusuam ama yesi mi ame na mamu se me modu me hwe maka so modu and obi ba me ne obi ka first na me de turo bi start adwuma se na mwa but me tie wo no na wo kire ye no kore no konya mada eno mati me bu mi so baga sit me frame tachi eno ma ha be fa but obi nim se me tua ka ana mo ha no bi afrem fi Canada and od no me ba me nye ska se na ma no dada one ma chance check hey ka first na me ko ye no kamera ko too tight dada kamera ko too tight so wadama mama ye dene ayenam me da wase na me dem wonsam ka bate de me yanse nipa de doso de me sa se de dada koso e ma bibi mu aba mu o me se me minti na abaye ene Jonat minti na abaye ase na be boy na ji firi wa me promise o next 4 years dada ye can billionaire wo Ghana ha me ka ho bi
That's right.
Can billionaires wo Ghana ha me abi dada me se simple se me ka ho bi e be bomi di so na me de wase da no wa yesu be ma wo se ye wo Mr. Obeng Darko na IBC dada me da wase so da wase ni wa mi free so so na guide ye na guide youth no na chere seminar de kamenya ka 2 weeks bi aye.
That's right.
2 weeks bi yeah. Na say ye tumi kwa club. Amount for just kwa club. Amount for koska ko just kwa club. Amount for say that Muslim boy, amount for ko just kwa semre. Ba to be bon fa hwe ma wo. Ati we free ti wasem ye ba e wakokodo me hu hia me hu ne say wo twa ka me hu so no kra. Me hu so bi kasa tie bi nia na me bu ofu. Me say no ma bi wo me mu abedu. Me hu say me jana so. Me hu say me o de for. Ana na me ye me ho sa. Da bo bi hu magazine o me say even ene bro nsam jim. Wadama. Abedu dia da ase pa da ase. Ami abedu ya da ase. That's it. Because I come again something in heaven. So I don't want my idea about. That's it.
Okay, that's it. Is that what the legend about?
Oh, the network in the Hammy. Papa, Yamawaju.
Yeah, also.
The network having to be Tranitia. Besremi bisa say, me questions ye me no pepe ni ensa. I'm gidi so bad ma bo ame. Ye di kan nyame bi wo baabi a ohire nipa. Ema odi ho to de so ana without onono unye yiye. Ye di kan no. E pa cho ye to su mienu. Na se uhu ayeye kwan a na wanya oba pa antara wachi a so ubeye ye ana if you want to be ntan wunne yire na wanya oba pa ado so atesen ni etoso miensa adwuma be potin na wo Ghana ha oka business o te ha no ye adwuma be ye adwuma ben ane yen a ye wo ha no ye de ho kohyemu a ebetimi aboa mesra wa bo niema miensa ho.
Okay. Me that's it, Ajabaji. No, as one of the told me so said, you're not. We live in some more Yamajuma. Nyame, me gidi say, Nyame, be the boy, yes. I don't think that this word came out of chaos. I think there's an intelligent being, whether it's offering Nyame, you call it energy, whichever it is. And I think that, sir, the critics areas or principles or what it was we are seeing. And into that there is a number of beta wa koma nobo. And into that sebe Obano Bemeshia nipatimi the universe, the sun, there's a specific distance, the sun from the earth. Enti me nyini se we are saying but I don't think say nyame no and I was say will push you and san why just as nyame push you kura na wo sisi ajona to koshi abaya bi na say udin samoni a obenyem enye nyame ne push no your principles o say the be free mama enti wo hwehwe normal na wo de abo wi ase no elbo wi ase no by na wo hu a de fa ye de hu no wo de be ye and so be catch us over transfer dem ansa na be ye ya wo twa ontro na chese nko bi o wa sore dem bia do so ye ana wo betra nkramo dem no ye keka we ya da bi ye die no eti se be wo carpenter be yom pa ma wo so sa nim die na obetuma ye mpa no oni sa nim die na wonti me ye before so benya sa nim die na wo sua so the same with ye die and me say nipa wo sua ye die no ne ye wan sua nhira bia ma onye ye no matter what people say na nyame ne ma me ye also nkono ona o ye adwuma enu ntino ye wo ye ni business o calculate ni sika obi de ne ka wo koje nzo be ka cho say nyame ne ma me ye maybe so person can say I don't have problem with that but there are principles and if this queer is ya me no tie so obi do je ne na se no bia ye mo te je ne na so mo twa je ne na ye ntwa bi nti ada na be ka chem say ya meti baby no ama ye na obi not just that God is biased. So but I think there are principles that we need in order for us to be successful. And I think those principles were part of creation. And internet who say who plane is just like animal. So if you study aerodynamics, you will see that the air is a fluid. There are winds or the entire sometimes even say na when they come magazine na so science na part of the lot of the accidents the way I was a car from money more and nipana sebe accident or because one to there are a lot of imbalances because these are natural laws. So That I think that obey is our laws, no, so there are laws of prosperity. If you don't know them, you won't succeed. The second one, yes, unya oba, and I say unya kunua, unene na dwenye baako na mo kabom na mo ye adwuma a mudi yentem. Esene say unkwa wonam, and I say one woko. As a matter of fact, if there is any one great decision here, nipa bebre be making in this world, I the one. To utimi ware papa, as one nyina kɔ benkromu a abrabɔ no ɛyɛ yentem. Na wo ware de one wo konso a wɔtwe wo sɛn. And I don't think that Obia is so much perfect to identify Obia or is so perfect to marry. I think it's training, it's development. Both of you. Mokas okay, but how many into way and what's this here? Into Obana and I said, the Mikunusia and Miss Yabi. Obama and I said, the only Susan. You will never be the same people that everyone is independent, is different individual. So you will learn differently. You have different aspirations, different likes. But when him say, we are in a team. And to go when your person and because your person shall go where normal when was yes. Now more than the cray and auntie. And to who shall be sir, or no, or suban so pursue soon there. Na ya Africa mema iso ya na yeta hunu na manu dodo. Ya bien say na say bibia na ye nim. Bi o se o so nya botre na oba no so kasa sabi utie. Na okrokro no. The oba entiase different from obema entiase. Into oba want bema ase no, then be on ne beko. And obema want oba ase no so then be on ne beko. Because the do person onipa eto ase a de hia no sua. And person say oba boy, person o kasema won fiu. O de opa hwe ade aye ni interest pa na start sending ka ho asem we open up this here. So it means that people are ready to talk about what is important to them. To the same with your wife or with your husband. And so maybe say I don't think that there is any destiny for anything per se. Maybe say you see. There's a whole scene here now in Nyansa. Ubenya de papa. Say sabi unim Nyansa so obebre. And so that is one. The other one is there any specific business? I think largely anything in the agriculture stream is open to many of us. So we trade and also produce. And the other one is trading. From construction product to finance, to fashion, spare parts, machines, agri product. Business there. Say business, many businesses is because of the management. And the business in the course. It's not so much the specific product, so long as the product is in demand. And it's a nipana wash business. You know, bet my tonko kelewele, or the best dime, or the bay normally brave because when him says manage business. Obu also bet my kofa go to grammar still. Or yeah, was a sikanaban or the dinse business nego. And so it's really about the people behind the business than the business itself to a very large extent. Because we have radio stations, they be most track, they be so conso. Juma bia. Even mine crano, sabi yetimi pama obi ne esi obi so manage. Ezo obi ba otimi ani obi so ba otimi say no. Because of what they know, their skills, how they work, how they think. And so it's more of what your business know, who you have become. And I bet you it's a business and the best successful it will fail. You know, so thank you very much.
Yeah, Jawaji say you're okay. Okay, that's it. Ja hope you all.
Mbacho no.
Network. Etimati bibia.
Okay, you.
Emu aya na no dia eti father be dance.
Asama meka na eyi na oyi nsam ne hia no, ba de mpesa meka kire no say we ka hwa yem say 3 times kwa ni. Asam na o ka no. Enye say o tufu keke wo. O ka sekre nimpa akoma ene na ne nti ase. Nti ohun no say na de na oye na ye sonko. Nti Mamo Mr. Obeng Darko fan say ebia like or ye lectures na say obibi hu anim de na oka or ade bi woni mu a o ka kire yen na ye wo ne kurom Ghana no e ma ya dwen no anyame de abo hen because on Mexica ena on kyerɛ wo sɛ bata asɛm na ɔka na no asɛm na ɔde kasa nyankopɔn ko na no asɛm na de bɔɔso ne asase nti no in a way no nyame bi na appeal no mu nti ɔnkɔ so anyɛ de ɔyɛ no mɛma ɔma bibia nsi ne kwan saa na nam pɛsam ka kyerɛ de bia ɔbɛka ya obi kasa ade we ka ɔbɛka me dia me kasa akyerɛ no kyerɛ me bia kasa de Paul Kofi
yes sir
na ma yɛ no opi nti adwuma na ɔyɛ no sɔfoɔ sɛ ɛyi ɔkɔnfo sɛ ɔyɛ hwana o adeɛ bia no a nipa bia yɛ ka no ekomo no ɔyɛ bi nti no ɔmfa ne sɛ ɔyɛ very special person ana ɔtena wɔ nti nasam no ɛba ne tiri mu a ɔbɛtwerɛ wɔ ɔntwerɛ na ɔnkɔ so nyɛ deɛ ɔyɛ no ɛno pɛ deɛ ɔbɛtumi ayɛ ama ewiase na ɔbaayɛ no ɛno ana ɔyɛ no apart from ɔno ane mba no yɛnyaa yɛyɛ ne mba but ɔde deɛ nyame de ruo ne mu na ɔde bɛma yɛni aba yɛn ho so nti deɛ ɔyɛ no ɛyɛ adeɛ sonko nti ɔmfa ne ho saa na ma mo biara mbu na like bibia nka hanadwen onko so onye because the nyame ma oba asase so ombe eno ano because wonum kasa no e ma nipa hu se na san na sei na meti wo na meche nti ye de wosua nti de e wonum nti onfa yi adwuma ha se sa na mpesam ga de bia obaba bia mission bia message repeat de e wonum no president for ba o see o den IMF den wo so wo ye nyame di ase o mu nti onko so anya sa koso aye na ye mo ebi o wa na watro egu ho na o kan na yesua na me dia tukan ye wie nti me ba abo mo na me so me ba mo so bete me nka me ka say me na de bia me ka sa asem we
okay
what you say because wo ma ade nyame di bo nimpa na ewo nimpa ni mu no ene na edi that is what you are doing. Inti minim sa obetro ho book dia.
If I tell me one question, mom. If I tell Ghana, Ejuma, ewo ho, and I say, any pair woman anymore, and any new mobile, Intina, Obia, Anya was here, Jumani Ghana. Pacho between actually Mukaka.
okay and it hey no juma ho juma yedi no the edi pe akatua ede asensemu anasa atetem ena ya ne ho de especially for mo so mako school no but juma yedi abu because me nyi ni se nyame bo wi ase se ise nipa obi foforo fa nipa juma ansa na wadidi enti ba bia nipa wo bia no ntro ma ya asase wo ma ya nuaba wo to nsugu so wo ma ya home sa no ma no they are enough for anybody to create their own survival or wealth. And if there's nowhere in the world that a human need, now nkofo bi person mo kire say wo so obi bia adwuma ansa na wo wanya bia ye and eno na wo say attack sa adwen no kro bi abrante wo so bia obetima ye bibi eni nte na ye ka say enim de no ena hia no because sa kro na wo te so a wo so hwe ni so no China ni aba abebie starch factory afaw starch no bagino favre wodi nim de na ba enye skape because I want to mean starch factory obetima gari factory abaya bi na mre bi no so person o bi restaurant ohu ni onye nto ko sere ne maame da asan na ko okrom na ko sere nko so boma no mo na ngo anwa woni be the first day I was starting to turn no man na onye ska kakra ni ba no so no wa bi restaurant afani pa enso no oni taku o de shase enti de adi edem CSC hu wi ase na yete no ye Ghana wi ase na CSC ye mu ye no ma wo ya brand wa ha wo se woni hwe ye kura na wo de opa ko ochira ope obi abobo ya nkofo bebra tobi o mode sisa bola fa wo crash semle to nche na kache o se wo krom na wo no wo de abobo ya be sisa bola de hwe se woni dia enti bibia ye betima ye de adi ye bia no oho the knowledge to manage what comes in is what is important.
Pacho, now me follow up question is say, and you're not say, Obi ti Ghana, na se okasa adwuma ni ho a, niam a wokeka ye, e wo se wotumi bie nani na wo hunu ni obeye a obetumi anya fa ahodin. Obi wo ha sesi a me no okasa. Wayo. wɔwie university na asɛn level foɔ no wɔawie a wɔpɛpɛ masters bi akɔyɛ ɛne ne ɛkeka ho. Me first degree no kora wɔyɛɛ no wɔmfa nya adwuma nyɛ nso sei wɔsan kɔhwɛ sɛ wɔbɛkɔ ebi aka ho na mo na makɔ school no bi school no kɔ bi ka ho wie na onye adwuma yɛ anaasɛ first one wɔkɔ na awie no sɛ nka ade pɛ adwuma na wonya bi nya a ne no wɔ so ho ne ɔbɛyɛ ho anaasɛ sɛ mesrɛ wa sɛ ɔkyerɛ mu kakra
na kura ne sɛ school no ne nyinaa deɛ esi paa yɛ first degree no a deɛ ka ho biara nhyɛ da nye hu saa sɛ wopɛ sɛ wokɔkyerɛ adeɛ a especially o university a na wakɔyɛ saa postgraduate ne bi aka ho afa wakɔyɛ PhD but the highest form of education for many industries is first degree. And from Ghana, many people don't need first degree. What they need is secondary school education. And yet the other can't hold into the juma. Sometimes just confusion. You can be very confused. And or so bebo brand into or person or kwan or be a son and sa. Do was a young for no or no you say I school I PhD into a successful. No, the success is not in the school or the certificate. Is the success is in what you do with the certificate. And this all weird now to me for certificate in Vanya you are your failure. It doesn't matter the grade they gave you in school. Because that knowledge in the school in your dear. Go for Naki Cabo, the show team. The only people prove is also knowledge in the air, the audio produce results. And here, one of those things that, you know, one of their confusion, you go for no pay school, but on Pejuma. Juma no kyerɛ sɛ wɔn ankasa de ne nsa ka bibi ahyehyɛ ne yie nya abra obi ntuanika that kind of adwuma no esua nti na nkɔfo bebree pɛ law degree no sa ho laziness law political science one hwan no akɔdwo ne MPP NDC na aban na hwɛ no watɔka ɛno nya adwuma nokore paa no adwuma yɛ de wɔn no kɔdɔ banche wonni mmoa obi ama ne sika na watimi ayɛ afa nipa adwuma wɔde ani eten wɔna ɛno no school for no mpɛ ne saa omo pese etua ne ka 100,000 amani made Land Cruiser or kwa bruchire ba ekopem se obekọ obedi sister ye pam na free adwuma mu ala bo hu ze sai na de o ye na nya adwuma because many times the chechere ne de 60 years no graphic na no start here afa kura na ni sika eba so afa na 60 years so retirement was afa na hia na start atiasi enti school ne de mekane se no per se won't tell certificate na chi especially se ba ye dia in the tertiary ko ye adwuma enti na ye grom ya bon sa brante bia me makoye me den makoye me den o bia o political office national agency one CEO ye do matoto TVs ne ye omo ho ya tole bia me wira ho se China for dina factory mo go for de mo pa ba ye adwuma ye e de ani mo de the camera to so no aka obi a political commentator. It's a sad thing. It's very sad. So we are not producing. So a lot of the activities that many of our people are involved in are very much unproductive. But when you because your mind is gone. Yeah, one of us. But I tell you, to fail out, to fail big time. Because really, it is that in the world of him. And that is what we have to tell them. So we're faithful. Conform what is on more China build the factories. What he has all your political party. Yeah, now ye contract in and watching wafa. Was 1 year unya coronabo. And yeah, you know, yeah, my school, dear school now go. Then I go see prove it by what you do. You know, so until school there, almost the in Shadanya Husa. Now school no grad sabi. We have my courses in the baby gray in here. Na ja intimin kantia. Bebre yaw. Ko school ko ye painting ba was wa ko school dey painting. Dia na de ko. Dia dey produce. And normal ehia ahoko produce ma ya ehia no na nke ko so hu ko so ya pe hu nim de na dia be produce the same thing. I'll go school ko so Arabic no wa mo we gina ya ma ko so English. Now that this school what can you produce? What skill set na unya ye? Many of our people don't have any except talking.
Except talking
Yes.
except talking pa because say who Ghana na hwɛ TV so na tie the way political for no and will be nya wo mu nyina de but tutumi ho so mu kasa productivity bi anim sa sa na ka
Yeah, productivity. And
bi anim
why you could
any
time. I said, yeah.
yeah
What be MP to successful? I'm saying,
yeah na akura so de fa san ka besumo ye fa sa besu enso sum bi anim na ba ma nei ne me question me de betwa to na obi so aba and say
yes.
obi awie university na first degree ni na ni abre no ho onya adwuma anye
Yeah.
wohwe mu de na chese wohwe pa de anka akọ school se bra na bebi adwuma o na nyi kwa se okọ school se wo ba beta adwuma because one we start in school no akura ko mo ma wie da de esu se adwuma ni ho enti na okura esi adwuma ni now my parents tu sika ko hin ba ye nyina na de be wie school na we expect se obenya adwuma enti na chese enti na chese me de anka me nko ade anka parents bi wa ha ana so ya brante bi wa ha na wunua bi eko school a na was say motive ne say wo wie school no dey aba solve problem and I know me ne you can say we are fe we kwabena we are fe o kan was say I was say ultimate wie school na dey solve problem ni kwa so wie school na wo dey be pa adwuma ye because so hwe mu China fo ya ye nyenye o mu video kakra kiti no start no ye bibi Diana and Emma want to say and call for a share no more about that. They don't just watch it and think about it because it's giving you some message. It said there's something here. Bibi wa ha was so sua free san kola kitten no mudi tools so ye adwuma ne ne ekeka ho
Because China in education or more develop more education or develop more yeah no will be our no we and I so be for slaves after we Japan some kind of education here they buy and that education was never designed to develop the minds of our people. The foundation is wrong. When you say education, you need to information for our and it's very obvious. So the more Oko school no the more na when need the ground. Into education where a pseudo European education if you want. A chichi nipa. This is nipa we are. The obetman yan free me and for grofo who more brofo walker. Say advantage in podia. Now what me copy different information. I don't know nya free more. This what copy different information na be man nya kokudro obetimi diako. But so you shoot the same content ready on fan copy. This will be so nisa. Na da nipa be jani nsa so no ntimi nya hwe.
Yeah. There's a nice and so no ne say dodo na try so menya political adwuma mu akọ and saso no.
Yeah, no. Ane. Political. And I mean for bebre na me no mo CCF. Bebre ya so for say. Ane. Bebre ya so for. Ane.
And na wo ha say na say wutie ye na 28 ye program. Ewo Accra, bra, so ya now you na come home 28 yeah, which is next week Saturday.
Yes.
I was say I 28. I was say ukobi. Na wadwene ko ye adwuma. Na me de ya na sometime me kasa na mahwe ya na ya didi atem because dodo na adwene nya adwuma. Because if you don't think, that means your brain is not working.
Yeah.
Because I was so more adwene adwuma ye. Manajuma nya because ye kan nyina de ntia na me kasa. So Chinese if one call ankitin a wo mu ye you kind of say wo mu use tools ni adina that should stop you right there to think. That should give you something to think about. Because I won't power China wunya. Wo mu ntumi manufacture emma.
That's right.
Until 28, yes seminar, and this seminar is changing people's life. Until Bomodia ne Kobi, who are Ghana, to your man of Luon Kobi. And I know first time we should bend our power, no dear in your program. That one who send me more. But I'm Timinka.
I did it.
I one will net Nate.
Ah, yatunga.
Yo. One will Nate. The way a Nate was Vima what they casa. Obi biara ni hɔ a oti Obeng Darko a entimi changing the destiny. Unless you say you don't want to change. Yen nyinaa yɛ kasa nyinaa no. Asesa yɛn ni nyinaa yɛ seminar yɛ kɔ ɛne ni programs ayɛ hwɛ. Enti yɛ deɛ yɛn bribe obi awa ha. Na mo so pɛ so adwene nyɛ adwuma paa deɛ a yɛ ba abɛyɛ knowledge seminar. Kone kosua nyansa because let me tell you, broni nim nyansa nsene yɛ ni o. Abrofo kɔ a lot of seminars. A lot of seminars because a lot of millionaires were abrochire has say US ya ebi mu ye high school even drop up, college drop up, but omu kɔ seminars a lot into omu ni wonimdie ade bia omu ye bi omu ohu nimdie into be hu se no ayɛ successful enti me mama sɛm nwa ye de ye bɔda wuro no wo betena hia mu atenam but wo pɛ so adwen ye adwuma soso de a kɔ seminar ni bi 28th of December ya. Why do you never start here? Because we are creating millionaires. We come a channel so until to the top. We are creating millionaires. Uti Ghana, what's here? You many ho. You be ton board dear. At the aye say, what you see them union, so be ton force. What they now get a degree, not to them. One of them get a certificate, you know. Nate. And then me.
Ya shasi kama because my shasi na me boa. Me shasi at the age of 19. At the age of 21 I'm work as 21-year-old boy na me 20 pa me saka.
Wow.
Na no yana me fa me bag. Tell me no kan ho asem. Frustration nyama me ko mu nyina me hwedi na me sino ma me nwane nko. Ba sen ka me nya information nsa sa de we nyina bebe mu a. Ka me nya abotre. Sometimes the teachings na me no boys na kasa. Yana me rasa wa say I'm preaching the same thing I me here na say me preach chire omo say omo nye but wo kon omo nte wase. Ana for before omo say ade na wotu ye for say yentana Ghana na so wote abuchiri waka ho. Na mzunia na ye mistake.
Wo say munya ka wote ho.
Yes. Na ye mistakes. There be am catch omo say my mistakes we bring so no. So far so good. Ye boa ye ho ye ba. There be am can say me so na pe bia I see my return in Ghana as a reality. That is what I see. To me, share I found a catcher man and see a beco. You will go as prodigals. Yet you need time, Yabeko. Say ye, say ye, Yabeko. Let's give ourselves the time to go. I ban a bois. I can't send one city credit coffee. The BCBNC. And they say, meet a person I'm around who say, I needed this man earlier on. Come and sack can in Temuan Kibianca Manco. Because I started with a zero capital. I had a shop. I had two aside business and I'm here. So the minute in common to a lot of things I was doing. But we were misinformed. They gave us a bigger picture. We were looking at the bigger picture in the sky, not knowing say I wasn't here from Nian Antonioko. Near share so Tia shares in Sassan. But in an share form. A lot of us were failing in businesses. We were making some errors somewhere because we were looking in the sky. We thought that the system is not working for us. But the system was perfect to understand, say, without a company, between Sunny Makoton, the Magiske Gumbutum. But if you what me who says over tongue even matches Scrum will be just our company. The man said, no, the system is not for me here. But a lot of resources and time has been wasted. Make a canny boom.
That's right.
Then maybe brave. But make a canny boom. And I'm going to come back.
That's right.
We have to prepare something for the people here. Wow. The return of the prodigals. We have to come. We are the prodigals of the land. I was saying, but who have to come back home.
That's right.
Our country is going to welcome us and fix us in the system again. The diasporas, put it in your mind. We are going home, whether empty-handed or with something. We are still prodigals. At the point in time our land needed us. So let's go back. The smart ones have run away, and I'm one of them. I'm not surprised. I'm one of them. The big smart ones, my journey. I'm not surprised because they faced some problems, they didn't get solutions, so they felt leaving was the only option. But then I say our solutions are still within our circle. As yet, analyzing them, things are going to work well. With this kind of information, we know we will come back and we are going to make it. It's right. Prodigals. Let's go home. You know, prodigals. Your system never will be ampamoye. The last question I'm meeting with our partner say, me need this see AC mu be quine. But me when say fear. As to people be brebe. Fear. As to you mu be brebe. Chere say me ni obi e di nkoma na ne ye machine so nia. Me ko Ghana my friend back I'm catching say unia you see I carry 4 years. You so 3 years. Was me 4 years no cry dey mami. I'm say aden. You see I catch the 10,000 pounds to go for abinya biako. Uti ha ye dey yenko. Was unia 10,000 pounds no dey call Ghana anya sika bia o. Just 200,000 Ghana cedis. You know okwa to realize no me no fear. Ehun na ekun upon all the tribulations I made amano. Emu farming there, emu buying and selling. Emu nyama nkiti bebrebe still na anti. Apa wada Roma ya na fear no so mo preach kakraka ho. Na
colonization. Okay. You have to become a conscious African. Because every data is telling you say Africa is not the way. Part of the programming was to put fear in the slave, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they will depend on the master forever. So fear is normal with people who are subjugated to them. The other one is mistrust. You don't believe in your people, you don't believe in yourself, you don't believe in your leadership. It's part of the programming. So the bit decode this a history now will see. Into when you are on your history, no fear nenko.
I see.
And yes, it cannot cry. And this whole person will deal with data. Deal with the history. Let him go and read. History beyond colonization. Africa's greatness. It will restore that strength, that memory. You will not even think of coming with money again. So as long as there is fear, you're still not there. That's a fact. Yeah. Do you think Kwame Nkrumah was fearful when he was coming to Ghana?
No.
Why? The knowledge he had.
Knowledge.
That's it. I was told to say yes, Orban was shipping container full of books when others were shipping cars and things. He shipped books. That's the man who was strong. So it's the knowledge. It's not the fear. It's the knowledge. They don't have it. So they also question. And they say, "Oh, you be our school and some or school or religious fear no normal because those two were designed to put fear in you." Not everyone can be an entrepreneur. Those are all signs of people who still in the process of learning. If you sit in Ghana, tell people not everyone can be an entrepreneur. You're design system being no, they are too young. And those who speak like that think they are intelligent, but they don't have any resource. And they only think of their interest. Very selfish people. If you live in a country that the youth are going through the desert to look for job, to think that what was another. So if it is your duty to create job for somebody, we'll say not everybody can be. So you are not part of it. You see yourself as separate from the problems. Person enjoy, and the school made you to think like that. The religion made you to think like that. So you talk with a lot of eloquent English, but without any resource, except the ones that they put you in charge. Which when they take from you, you are back to zero. You know? So let's diffuse a lot of these things. Everyone can build wealth. And the best way to build wealth is to create business, investment. And when you talk of investment, it's not treasury bills and stock. Talking of cocoa farm, cattle, kube, because those are the systems that work here. What do I say? And this whole person will be here. It's the slave that they tell them not everyone can own a business. It's the slave. They're enslaved. Sikani be no catch no basa will be antimi nie. Ye share the CCD. Okay, that's it.
Okay, Ochina. And then they were in it. The main point. Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
say,
man, man.
you jam about
Yeah, yeah,
two.
yeah. Legendary of our time. Yeah. Nana mumfa imfi bibiri nka deɛ woyɛ ho mumfa nimdeɛ no nka ho. Hia nimdeɛ no in a broader way so that the missing